Good morning, everybody. We'll be starting in just 1 second. Every morning I log in and I think I have plenty of time to get ready, and then I look at the clock and it's and it's time for action. Give me 1 second, folks. Give me 1 second here. There we go. All right. I put my mug on. Let's say hello to everybody. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome. Welcome. Let's say hello to everybody. We got Sebastian. We got Arnolfo. We got John. We got another John. We got Cheese Gray Trader. We got Rihanna. We got Jody. We got JB. We got Ivano. We got Ray. We got Moondog. Yuri's in the house. David, Kevin, Brian, Devin, Richard, Javad, David, Dave, Stephen, Wayne. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Friday Eve. I don't even know where this week has gone. I really don't know where this week has gone. Devin, Richard, Javad, Dave, Stephen, Wayne, James, Eduardo, Lawrence, Cam. Good morning, Cam. Vernon, Robert, Rick. Good morning, Rick. Keith, Thomas, Richard, Chad, Stan, Ivan, Peanuts in the house. Jill, good morning to you. I hope your eyes are all back to normal. Keep us posted on that. I hope everything is kosher. Penny's in the house. Good morning. Good morning, Penny. One of my favorite lady traders, Penny. David, Matt is in the house. Gregory, Ray, Richard. Good morning, Richard. I'm going to call him Richard the Catalyst Feinberg. That's what we're going to call him from now on. He always gets the catalyst right. We got Steven, we got Bugs, we got Steve, we got Wade, we got David, we got Warren, Dave, David, Steven, John. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, John. Good morning, Barbara, Walt, Richard. Good morning, Richard. Hope you're well. Hope everybody's doing well. Joel, Robert, Patrick, Carlos, Tom, Mark, Genevieve, Dangerous Dave, Richard, MG Andi Anko. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing your name correctly. We got Jeremiah. We got Lewis. We got Barry. Good morning, Barry. I hope you're doing well. Let's see who else we got here. We got a lot of people here is what we got. We got Junior. Hey, Junior, how are you? We got Robert. We got Ralph from Atlanta. We got Jeff. Good morning, Jeff. We got Art. We got Vertuvian. Good morning, Mr. Vertuvian. We got Charlie Clyde. We got Greg. We got Hopium. We got Sassy Trainer. We got Claude. We got Jesse. Good morning, Jesse. Sylvia, Duzzy, Angie. Good morning, Angie. Texas. Ugh, I wonder how the weather there is right now. Is it Florida type of weather, or is it getting a little cooler? I'm hearing reports that a lot of areas are starting to cool off a little bit. We're still pretty warm here, but it is getting a little better. Duzzy, Michael, Dragon Dawn, Armando, Diana, Edward, John, Rock, Next Gen, Bob. Good morning, Bob. Diamond Jen. Good morning, Diamond Jen. Thanks, Diamond Jen. Stefan, Solaire, Russell, Frank, Naples fan, Bill, Mark, JB, Don, Ringo. Yeah, Richard is the man. George. Had an appointment yesterday. The one eye is doing great. The other eye done gets done Tuesday. Good, good, good. I'm glad they gave you a little break. Keep us posted, Jill. Keep us posted. Eyes are nothing to joke around about. We only have two. Kurt, um, have to get up early. There you go. Yeah, Angie. Shamens, Julio, Kevin, Roddy. Good morning, Roddy. Sergey, Angie, Delroy. Yeah, it's weird not seeing the employment report. It really is. We got Bob. We got Dylan. We got James, Alan, Matt, Nathan. Good morning, Nathan. We got Henry. We got Matt from Pinehurst. Okay. We got Sandra. Good morning, Sandra. Rock is back home. We got David, Jay Blazer, Naples fan. Bob is the man. We got a couple of men here. We got a lot of men here. All right, let's start off with a couple of housekeeping items. Please, 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 literally for your own benefit, make sure you go here to the lower right. You'll see a little gearbox flash with a little HD on the right, just like I have right here. I'm sharing my screen with you so you could see it. What I'd like for you to do is I'd like for you to click on it, and you will see when you click on it, you will see a 1080p auto. Don't stay with auto. Don't settle for auto. It'll downgrade you without you even knowing it. Go to 1080p. I've seen some folks broadcast at 2160, but we're not that advanced just yet. So 1080p. Make sure you go here. You're watching a 1080p. While you're there, if I'm beneficial to you, if you feel this is helping you, please give us one thumbs up one time and join the channel. I think it's somewhere around here. You can click the bell and join the channel, and you'll get notified every time I'm live, which happens every day, Monday through Friday. All right, we got Dallas here. We got Bob. We got Cam telling us that Delta beat earnings. We got Joel. Remind a week and a half ago. Good for you, Joel. I hope you're well. We got Catherine. Good morning. We got Naples fan, Mike, Jay Blazer, David, Mark. Everybody's in the house. We got the whole mishpucha here. Gustavo's here. Please, 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 folks. Today we're going to have a great day in the VIP room. I'm going to talk about seasonality. I'm going to give you some examples from Data Miner. We're going to find some stocks using Data Miner. It'll be a lesson in using Data Miner and an actual experience of how we find stocks. I'm going to do that today and tomorrow. And then I'm also going to talk about short-term seasonality and give you a cool little surprise. Everybody needs a little surprise sometime. Okay. That's the VIP room link. Let me give you the room for customer service live, the Cam and Gustavo show every day from 10 to 1 p.m. Monday through Friday. On Saturday, they're not available. We have another staff. I made a mistake. I almost assumed you guys were there on Saturday yesterday, but Raleigh corrected me. Monday through Friday, 10 to 1 p.m. Okay, let's get into it. What's the market doing? Good morning, Pete. What's the market doing? Absolutely nothing. When I say we're random right now, we are about as random can get. I'm going to check the put to call ratio. I'm not really worried about it very much. I only check it when during big moves, but I'll go ahead and check it anyway, just so we could see where things are. Again, I don't really look at it unless I know something is really, really going on. So let's take a look at it right now and see if anything is going on. Oops. Looks like it still wants to come down to here. It means we're still, yesterday, the bulls were still getting a little uppity right here, but we're not overextended. I will tell you this, anytime we're around here, expect a little bearishness to come in. Look, every time, you can count. Every time we come here, what happens? We come up higher. This is a little too bullish. It went, so here, let me just kind of give you a story. On Tuesday, we went really, on Monday or Tuesday, we went really, really bullish. I warned you about it. We backed off. I think it was yesterday we backed off. Again, days are getting away from me because I was traveling this week. But I guess so Tuesday I warned you that we're a little overextended. Yesterday I told you that we're okay. And now we're not overextended, but we're starting to get into the rhythm of getting a little overextended again. Basically, the bulls are having a really hard time letting go. Okay. And usually when the bulls have a hard time letting go, we see a bounce. So the rubber band, it's not stretched out like this, but it's getting a little stretchy for the bulls because we keep coming around here, even though we had a little clarity. So again, be a little cautious. But again, even if I didn't look at this today, I would tell you the same thing just based on the charts. And it's not really telling us anything right at market open. Jerome is talking, I think, before market opens. I think he's talking at 8:30, an hour before the market opens. We're not going to have jobless claims, but we are going to have Jerome, Michelle speaking at 8:30 today before. So by the time the market opens, most of whatever they're going to be saying will be priced in, and we'll be watching the bond market as usual, like I usually do pre-open here. Let me. And the bond market, as you could see here, went right up to our level this morning that I drew for you yesterday, 24 hours ago. You're welcome. And then backed off, and now it's at another level that I drew for you yesterday, 24 hours ago. In case you're still doubting whether how valuable my levels are. Look at that. Back this level, and now back to this level. And I will redraw levels again, but we're not really doing much right now in the bond market. There's just not much there right now, up or down. We're keying right off of the 8-day EMA, and we're coming into these areas right here, which I drew for you right here. So you should have all that from yesterday. Let's continue. Come on. Got a lot to talk about today. Bond market. What's the bond market doing? Remember I told you I was fearful that the bond market was just going to come into this area again? If that's the case, if it does that today and maybe even comes a little lower or just stays here, we're going to just raise this a little bit like this. Here. Just going to raise this a little bit here. That like that, and this like that. Oops. This is too difficult for me this morning for some unknown reason, but you guys could see what I'm talking about right here. You guys could see it right there. There we go. It'll just end up being a little bit more like that, but it won't come out of bait because we're not getting higher. We're not getting above these levels. Remember I drew this for you yesterday? Here. Remember I drew this gray box? And look at how we're staying right in that gray box. So I'm not seeing the breakthrough. I'm just seeing more consolidation. Just want to make a little comment. If the bond market stays consolidated like this, it's going to take away any energy and rhythm from the stock market. Okay? It's going to take rhythm from the stock market. By the way, the bond market is now breaking down below our support level from yesterday. Just letting you know. And there's really nothing there till right here. So, and I'll update for you. I mean, I don't have to change. Actually, to be honest with you, based on what I'm seeing right now, I'm not going to have to change a thing from yesterday on the bond market. I would totally leave it exactly how it is. It's just I hate to say it, I toot my own horn, but it's about as perfect as it's going to get. But anyway, we'll look at it later. I have the bond market to the side. Yeah, we got 550 people here already in 15 minutes. It used to take us about half an hour, 40 minutes to get there. Good morning, Kevin, Anu Kumar, Brian, Michael, Coach Ruben. Good morning, everybody. I'm not trying to ignore you. I'm just trying to really focus on this. Gold market. Gold's backing away just a little bit. Remember what I told you. I'm not backing away from my theory. There's too much of a empty space here, in my opinion. What does that mean? It means if you're currently long gold, God bless you, stay long gold, start thinking about getting out around here with the intent of getting back in right around here. Right around here. Maybe a little bit higher, like right here, but nowhere up here, like below 4,000, okay? Good morning, Nestor, Julian. Good morning, everybody. You're welcome, Peter. You're welcome. Picasso drawing. Yeah, there you go. So crude oil. What's crude oil doing? It's kind of coming back. It's just back into this range. U.S. dollar. U.S. dollar looks like it's got a little follow through. I like this. What I'm hoping for is that this doesn't start looking like the bond market, where the bond market looked like it wanted to break out here, and then it just kind of came right back into this range. So you could see the US dollar hasn't really broken out of this range very much, but I'm hoping that it will and continues coming a little higher. I'd love to see US dollar at par. Okay. That's okay, dollar bill. Good morning, Colette. Good morning, Mary. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. If you're just coming in here, let me give you links. VIP room, where I'll be taking Data Miner apart with Matt today. Powell's talking at 8:30. Yes, he's going to be talking in about 15 minutes, and I have the bond market up. And here's customer service live. I confuse you in the VIP room, and then Cam and Gustavo and Jax, they unconfuse you in the customer service live program. I think that's a good advertisement right there. Spend an hour with Roger, get confused just when you thought you knew what you were talking about. You get confused, and then Cam and Gustavo, they clear it up for you. I like that. We should do a promotion like that. Uncle Roger, the guy who confuses you every day. I'm in a good mood. All right, yeah, we're gonna have Powell and Michelle Bauman speaking pretty soon. Just FYI. As far as Fed data today, we have a 30-year bond auction at 1 p.m. Be mindful of that. Be mindful of that. Okay. Hey, Yakov, how are you? Good to see you. Yeah, data miner at noon today. Data miner at noon. I'm not going to try to sell it to you. I'm going to try to show you how to use it. Okay. Just FYI. FYI. We're going to be talking about how to use it. All right. All right. Let's see what the bond market's doing. Bond market is breaking that level I gave you yesterday right here. It's breaking down. The next one is 89.24 right here. I got to say, these levels, beautiful job on the levels. Okay. We talked about bond market. The biggest thing we're going to be looking at today, folks, is the bond market going to be breaking out towards 90 on TLT, or is the bond market going to be breaking down towards 88? 90 or 88? 90 is a clean breakout. As long as we get above 90, we're in good place. If we can't get above 90 and we stay down here, this is the breakdown. So we're either going to break this and go deflationary, or we're going to break down and go inflationary. This is inflationary. This is deflationary. Okay. Good for you. Good for you, Mr. Yakov. Good for you. Every time I say Yakov, I think about my grandpa. That was his in Yiddish. Jacob is Yaakov, and his name was Jacob. Can make it to VIA. It'll be recorded. It'll be recorded, folks. Not only will it be recorded, it'll be recorded. The part that's going to be towards data miner will be recorded, edited out, and put into the data miner's members area. And then we're going to do tomorrow the same thing. So whether you have data miner or not, or you just want to learn some cool tricks, tips and tricks, it'll be cool because I'll be doing it myself, and Matt will be using data miner. We'll kind of compare. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll have a lot of fun with it. Okay. Don't worry, Beatrice. We got you covered. Jacques Cousteau is in the house. Hey, Jacques. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. I love that. I love Jacques Cousteau. Love that. I love that. Used to be a big fan of him when I was a kid. Okay, so we talked about the US dollar coming up. We like this. A tip for you guys. Keep an eye on the US dollar, whether it during market hours, whether it takes out 90, it stays above 98.72. 98.72, the US dollar, the December contract. Or whether it falls back into this channel. We're going to be keeping an eye on the bond market to see if the bond market starts coming back down here or if it comes up. Okay. Gold, as I mentioned, I expect gold to come down right here. Nothing crazy, just a little pullback. And crude oil is just kind of doing nothing right now. Bitcoin is still, now we have a nice confirmation here. This is a good confirmation. See how I drew this line for you about a week ago. And yeah, me too, Shamens. I used to watch that show like there was no tomorrow when I was a kid. Jacques Cousteau. Isn't the bond market a breakout disinflationary? It sure is, Joe. A breakout on the bond market is disinflationary. And here, I'm going to say it again. Less inflation, more inflation. Less inflation, more inflation. Interest rates going down, interest rates going up. Interest rates going down, interest rates going up. I can't make it any more clearer than that. Aqualung. Yeah, that's the show. Aqualung. You guys remember that stuff. See, I'm glad I'm not the only. I guess we have a lot of people here in the 50s. That's what it is. I'm in my 50s. If you're in the 50s, then you're Jacques Cousteau was, yeah, and I had a friend in law school. His name was JT, Jacques. So I used to always call him Jacques Cousteau. Anyway, brings back memories. All right, so you guys have a good understanding of what's going on here, including Bitcoin. I like Bitcoin. I would be looking at Bitcoin stocks right now. Now, caveat, if we move down here, everything I just said about Bitcoin is out the window, but I like how we're holding this trend. This see how resistance became support? That's a confirmation. That's a pretty good thing. And also, I think while gold is elevated, Bitcoin has some juice. There are a lot of folks who are buying Bitcoin instead of gold, or taking money out of gold and putting it into Bitcoin, especially younger folks. And I don't want to generalize, but most of the folks that I know who trade Bitcoin are under 60. I'm not a big Bitcoin guy. I like the Bitcoin stocks, but again, nothing personal. If you're a Bitcoin guy and you're 80, that's God bless you. But it's not my thing. But I do like what I'm seeing here. I do like what I'm seeing here. All right. Like what I'm seeing here. Okay. All right. What are the catalysts for today? Let's not all get in at once. Diver Dan, that's funny. Oh, I can't believe you guys remember that stuff. I don't really talk much about silver. I mostly focus on gold. I like what I'm seeing on silver as well. Cam says that and Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom, Marlon Perkins would enjoy a martini in the Land Rover while his assistant Jim wrestled the anacondas. That's right. That's right. All right. All right. All right. Morning, Senor. How far? All right. All right. Let's see. John says economic calendar. Asian market, yes. Both. The funny thing is, he's right. Both China and Japan are on fire today. China 10-year high, Japan all-time high. So him saying Asian market is actually correct. He's got it on both counts there. Let's see. We got Delta transports. We got Pepsi consumer staples. We got chips, Nvidia. Yeah, yeah. TSCO. Yeah. You know what? Consumer technology. You guys are getting that. I mean, you guys are actually getting better at this. Ivano, let's see. Pepsi, Delta, Nvidia, Tesla, China, and Japan, new highs feds. You know, Ivano, yours and mine. I mean, it's almost like we copied each other. Look at this. Look at this right here. I've got Pepsi, Dell, China, chips, TSCO, Japan, in that order. So I think you and I are literally like Pepsi. I think you literally wrote it in the same order as I did, Ivano. Not only do you have it all right, you literally wrote it exactly like I did. So good job. Let's see, Matt. Nvidia, consumer discretionary. Yeah. I also wrote consumer discretionary for TSCO, but I think it's more like building material, that kind of stuff. I don't know if it's consumer discretionary. It is consumer discretionary. It's labeled as consumer discretionary. I wrote consumer discretionary, but then I did a double take. So technically you're right, but in reality, I think it's more like building material. But I had the same issue. So I'm not gonna Japan, China, all-time high, Fed, speakers, airlines. You guys are getting it. Look at Richard. Richard's is exactly like mine and Ivano's. It's like Ivano and Richard copied me, but they didn't. They didn't. Pepsi, Dell, Nvidia, chips, Tesco, and Vet speakers. Richard, you forgot Asia. Asia. China made a 10-year high. A 10-year high today, and Japan made an all-time high. Okay? You got it all right, except I don't see China and Japan. That's the only thing, Richard, China and Japan. All right. Yeah, farm supplies. Exactly. Costco, I don't see anything for Costco. Yeah, it's tractor supplies, right? Jacques Cousteau. Hi, here in Vegas, kids are studying Jacques Cousteau. Good. They should watch some of his old shows on TV. They were fantastic. Baba pulled back. Worth looking at. Well, China, China, China. Levi's is not an S&P 500 company last time I checked, but it's good to keep it in the back of your mind for retail, okay? That's okay, Richard. That's why we're all here together. But you got all the rest of them, and you did a great job. By the way, folks, bonds are still just FYI. They're not doing that great. Okay, all right. Let's talk about all of this. Since you guys did a great job on the catalysts. I'm going to have a glass of Jeanette to celebrate those highs. There you go. All right. All right. Good job. Good job. You guys are, and you didn't name all those stocks that were not catalysts. Which would irritate the hell out of me. Thank you for not doing that. Again, I get irritated, not from you guys. I get irritated because the last thing I want you guys to do is look at things that are not catalysts. It's irritating, right? You guys did a great job. Great job. Investors shift their focus to third quarter earnings. Can you guys imagine earnings are almost here? It's amazing. Jeff says Japan was highly concentrated in tech, more than half the Nikkei. Breadth is narrowing. Only Tokyo listed shares were up last night. Thank you for that, Jeff. That information is good, and I do not have that information. The Israel Hamas deal was. I read about that yesterday. I was reading about that yesterday during market hours. Pepsi, Delta, we talked about it. Goldman, Citibanks, they're going to be reporting next week. Tesla reports October 22nd, and guess what? Google, Microsoft, and Meta, they all report on my birthday. So we're going to be celebrating time spreads probably on my birthday with these three stocks. My birthday is going to be a big bang this year. I'm going to be 55 years old on October 29th. Can you guys imagine that? You guys have known me since I was in my early to mid 40s. Time flies, doesn't it? Actually, Raleigh has known me since I was like 39 years old, 40 years old. Yeah. All right. Time does fly. Time does fly. And I'm still doing exactly the same thing I was doing back then. Most members of the Magnificent Seven are up, which is great. Excellent. Chips, NVIDIA, we talked about that. AMD surged over 11%. DZ upgraded the stocks. All good. Bear side, FICO slumped over 9%. There's some interesting stuff going on with FICO. And I just want to remind you guys that almost every downside price action we've had in the U.S. market was not caused by a tech downside move. It was caused by a credit crunch. So a lot of folks are always looking at tech stocks to see if the market's going to melt, but it's usually credit. So anytime I see Visa, financial stocks, FICO, I always pay a lot of attention because these are sleepy stocks that can cause the market to really go down. Credit crunch. Think about it. Look at every major market sell-off we've had. Credit crunch. Raleigh is an old coat. My birthday, Darren, 55. October 29th. Don't worry, we'll the day that all the three mega caps have earnings. The minutes of the Federal Open Market Committee September 16, 17 meetings released on Wednesday showed that policymakers were still open to further rate cuts, though many voiced caution over elevated inflation. I'm with them on that. They seem to think that here's what I'll tell you what the Fed thinks right now. They seem to think that the employment is not that big of a deal. They're taking inflation very seriously, but they're still very hopeful that the employment situation is an aberration. That's kind of where they think it's just a temporary thing. I'm not so sure of that. Again, just my thing. I'm not so sure of that. Okay. Policymakers acknowledge that labor market risk has increased, but many also believe a sharp decline in employment was unlikely. They think it's an aberration. Officials reiterated they would weight risk to both inflation and employment when determining their next policy move. My My fear is that both of these are going to get worse at the same time. Kind of what Powell was saying last time. Okay. What could the Oracle NVIDIA situation do? Nothing, Jim. It's way over, way over blown, in my opinion, and well priced into the market. I like NVIDIA and I like Oracle still, by the way. Williams said in an interview with New York Times that he supports both rate cuts this year to help safeguard the labor market, both more rate cuts. Now, they're saying more rate cuts, but and again, I'm certain that they're going to cut one in November, but what about December? Okay, US futures have priced in a 94.6% probability. I mean, interest rates are going lower. There's no question of that. By the way, bonds are starting to uptick. They're starting to uptick, which is really good for us. So far, when I looked at the market half an hour ago, it was dead. This just dead, like dead, 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 dead. U.S. government shutdown has entered its ninth day with no resolution. Folks, here's what I'm going to tell you. Here's what I'm going to tell you. If we're still okay, we're still okay. But I'm going to tell you this: if we don't resolve this within the next, by the end of next week, it's going to start playing into our economy. It's going to start impacting our economy. Now, I want you to know something. I'm the last guy who would say something like that to you. I'm always thinking they're never going to shut down, everything's going to be okay and all that. So if I'm saying something like that to you, it must be pretty meaningful because I'm the guy that thinks that everything will be fine and nothing will happen and everything will be perfect. So if it starts getting into Thursday and Friday of next week, they're going to start laying people off, and that's going to become a problem, and that will drive sentiment, amongst other things. Okay, just FYI, just FYI, folks. Let me. I know we have a lot of new people coming in here right now. We have almost 700. Let me give you some links, please, please, please. Customer VIP room today. Data miner session training in effect will be recorded. And here's customer service live. And I will also be giving you my top stocks today and putting them through data miner. Besides the Asian market giving us some wind and tail, are they inflation? Gregory says, besides the Asian market giving us some tailwind in our sales, how are their economies? Their economies are, China is in a deflation right now, and Japan is trying to become inflationary. China is offsetting us right now. Japan, mixed, mixed. Okay, so again, I think the government shutdown will start impacting us if things don't get better. By the way, if you're just coming in, make sure you're watching a 1080p. Go right here. Make sure you're watching a 1080p. It's the last time I'm going to say it. Right here. And if you don't mind, give us one thumbs up. See, I just gave myself a second one and it erased my first one. All right, let's continue. Got more important fish to fry here. All right. Geopolitical news. Trump said Israel and Hamas have agreed to a deal that would release all Israeli hostages, marking a major step towards peace after a 2-year conflict. I can't believe it's been 2 years already. It's been a long time. Time really flies. I don't know if this is true. I'm hoping that this is true. I have my fingers and toes crossed, but, it's one of those things, folks. Powell will deliver a pre-recorded welcome remarks as Besant and Vice President Bowman are set to participate in a fireside chat. So I guess this is not going to be too big of a thing, but bonds are starting to come up again after bottoming out at that level that I gave you 23 and a half hours ago, yesterday, right here. Okay. In light of the government shutdown, the publication of weekly jobless claims and final August wholesales will be delayed, which means we're going to have less of a catalyst. There's less catalyst driving price, which means it would be normal for us to see less volatility. Meanwhile, look at where volatility is. It's still above the 50-day moving average, even as the market continues making all-time highs. That puts me in a defensive mode right here because we should have volatility down here right now, not up here. Not the best thing in the world. Europe is down 18, kind of flat today, not really getting much tailwind from Europe, from Europe. China hit a 10-year high. We are getting tailwind from them. Gold mining stocks rallied, catching up with the gains in Hong Kong listed peers of spot gold surpassing $4,000. And amid heightened global uncertainty, there is heightened global uncertainty. Folks, whenever you have global uncertainty, like the Fed closing, you're going to have gold, you're going to have Bitcoin, you're going to have assets not related to bonds and stocks moving higher, which is kind of what you're seeing. You're seeing the US dollar rally. Let's be careful, but I like what I'm seeing so far here. But there is heightened global uncertainty, which is why gold is going up. Japan closed higher, hitting a new record high. This is what I was talking about, Richard, earlier today. Trump is opening up industrial road to Alaska for mining, which could be a long-term catalyst. This is the first time I'm reading that, Dangerous Dave. I'm not saying it's not true. I just don't know anything about it. Okay. All right. Our catalysts. We mentioned TSCO. A lot of people said it's consumer discretionary. And yes, it is listed as a consumer discretionary, but I think it's more of building, more of a building material, hardware. I mean, it is a consumer discretionary, but it's not really like Lulu, right? It's more of a building hardware. I would say this is more building related, not retail related, just because of what they do, right? I mean, we all know what they do. We got that. Um, Pepsi Cola, we all know what they do. Delta Airlines, we all know what they do. And thank you for not mentioning these because um, these are not S&P 500 stocks, but Oklo could potentially see some upside. It was upgraded. I know we trade that stock. Okay. All right. Oh, you know what? I forgot to give you small caps. Totally forgot to give you small caps. Let me give you some small caps. You guys didn't even ask me about it. All right. Let's give you some small caps. I don't know why I forgot to give you small caps. And nobody mentioned anything. TCRT, TRCT. Here, I'll write it down for you. TCRT greater than 814. ATHE greater than 690. Here, let me write this for you. Oh, I guess I did. Okay. All right. ATHE greater than 690 than 90. Yeah, I will. I did. I skipped my B. I did them. I just forgot to give them to you. BDRX 7 here. BDRX above 1705. And let me quickly see if there's anything else buzzing right now. Okay, let's take a look. No, 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 no. That's already on our list. No, 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 no. Oops. Nope. That's already on our list. I'll go ahead and add this one. BAOS above 840 here. BAOS above 840. And let's see if there's any other ones. No. BDRX. I gave you this one already. No, no, no. Which one did you say? BJDX? I gave you B. No, I didn't give you BJDX. This one? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. It's up only 2% right now, anyways. Yeah. We got that one. No, no. I got everyone. I got all of them. Okay, those are the small caps. And remember, folks, they're not supposed to hit. If they hit, that's a really good thing. But the odds are they won't hit or they'll hit big. Remember, we're looking to see if price will be supported during market hours at the highest level pre-market hours. The point of them is not to hit, not for them to hit. You don't want to have too many hit and then go against you. Because the odds are if they hit, they'll hit good or they won't hit at all. That's what we're trying to do here. If small caps don't hit the same day or out, they are no good anymore. No good. Let's look at the bonds. Let's look at bonds. Bonds are yeah, bonds are yeah, bonds are going down. Bonds are going down. Right at our support level. Again, by the way. We stopped at this support level. Now we're at this support level. I got to say, folks, these levels work really well. Okay, let's talk about the market. How's momentum looking? We have pretty good momentum, actually. It's not bad. Got to talk about stocks. No IPOs. No, we don't do IPOs. Okay, so we got Bitcoin, semiconductor, utilities. Not good. Russell here. That's good. QQQ's here, industrial. But look at communication and look at consumer discretionary. Look at retail and look at home builders. And look at mid caps. Hard tech looks pretty good. Soft tech, we got to be careful. We still have fragmentation. What about directional bias? Do we have directional bias? Let's see. We got 253 stocks breaking out. We definitely have over 100 stocks across the board here. Yeah, so we have reasonably good momentum. We have reasonably good momentum. What we don't have is anything beyond random today with price data. So we may have a random day. We're not going to have a gap up or down today, which is a good thing. I don't like those big gaps up or down. Okay. How is the SPY looking? Let's take a look at the SPY. Are we overextended? Are we breaking out? What's happening? What's happening here? We're actually looking really good here. Now, I'm not going to get picky, and I think we're just a hair overextended, a hair, which means I think we may just come down here and come back up here. If you look at the live data on my SPY, you can see right here. See where we are right now? We're going to open here, in my opinion, come here and make a higher low, and just continue go. See this line right here? I'm just going to add to it right here. Add to it right there. Here, look. Let me draw this for you here. I'm going to put this for you in the Telegram channel, okay? Okay? You should have that. I just posted it in the Telegram for you. I don't know how else to show you this, but like I drew a cross. Do you guys all see what I'm saying? Higher high, slightly higher high, and then come here and make a higher low and just continue going down this path. Does anybody not understand what I'm showing them? I literally drew a picture and posted it for you. Okay. QQQ. Do you see where QQQ is right here? Look. I'm going to take a picture so it'll last longer. See this line right here? QQQ. X marks the spot. Okay? Let's look at mags. Mags don't look overextended. Oh, yeah. Look at SMH. Oh, yeah. Mags don't look overextended. I'm hoping that this is helpful to you, and I'm hoping that this will put some reality into your into your analysis. These are all daily charts. Okay. I already answered that question, Jack. They're only good for a day. The small caps are only good for a day. Okay. Does anybody not understand this IWM? Does anybody not understand what I'm looking for? This one looks okay. Maybe just a little bit down to here. Not too overextended though. It's still in this area. Maybe just a hair down, breaking through this area. I mean, this doesn't look too bad. Let me look at RSP. Nope, not overextended. QQQE, not overextended. You see exactly what I all right. I figured that I mean like I literally drew an X for you guys. Like X marks the spot, okay? So you guys understand? Roger, are you saying we're going to have a major are you saying we're going to have a major sell-off? Is the market going to crash? No. I simply think we need to just come down here, all right? So let's take it easy, okay? Just coming down to here. That's all it is. Dow Jones, not overextended. Mags, not overextended. Equal weighted indexes are not overextended. Okay. Kelly says, I don't completely know what you're looking at. I'm looking at the daily chart of the SPY, Kelly, and I'm telling you that the SPY is right now, right here. And I'm telling you that before going anywhere, it needs to come and make a look, come down here and touch this bar, and then it can continue going higher. Just like these two bars. You see higher high, higher low, higher than this, higher high, higher low, higher high. These two bars. Higher high, the highs are getting higher, the lows are getting higher. See this line right here? I think we're going to come right back here. This will make a higher high and this will make a higher low. And then we'll just kind of mess around here. This is nothing crazy. This is just a typical trading day. Okay. All right. Now, so you guys see exactly what I'm seeing right now. Let's talk about levels. Then I got to get out of here. Let me ask you guys, does anybody go this in depth in the morning for you guys except me? I'm curious. I'd like to know if there is somebody because I'd love to watch I'd like to see what they do for you instead of what I do for you. Let me know. Let me know. No, that's not it. It's right here. Okay, right there. Right there. Right there. And right there. Okay. Nobody, Clyde is better. That's true. Who else would I be watching at pre-market? I would not want any my morning any other way. Well, good. Thank you guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. That's very kind of you. Thank you, William. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. It doesn't give a thumbs up. You don't get any better pre-market info than right here. Thank you, Hopium Addict. I appreciate it. You guys are very nice. And I try to be consistent. Been looking for 3 years to find such info at night. Pretty good though. Oh, thank you, Yakov. I'll check him out. Good. Thank you guys. So anyway, here are our levels. Here are our levels. Okay. These are our levels. Here, let me just put that right there. These are the levels we have to respect today. Let me give these to you. I give you small caps. I give you large caps. I give you my levels. I give you everything. Okay, SPY intraday levels. The only thing I don't give you is access to my trading account so you could literally follow my trades. Sort of, I'd never another alarm clock, but I do now just to listen. Thank you, Hopium Addict. I agree. Thank you, guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you. The only thing you don't do is place orders for us. Yeah, I'm not there yet. Okay, QQQ. Let's do the QQQ now. Let's just delete all this. Start from scratch. I love my TC 2000. I'll tell you that. Okay, here we go. Uh, right there. Right there. Okay, those are your levels. Let me write them out for you. Where's TC 2000? That's the software I use. You could just go to tc2000.com. It's a software. It's like $40 a month, $30 a month. I don't know. It's not expensive, but I've been using it for a long time and I really like using it for my levels and like a lot of the other stuff that I do too. QQQ levels. Also, I've noticed that the market has been pretty choppy overnight, more choppier than we've seen in the last few days. Notice this is so you see this right here, guys? This is a dream come true for day trading right here. This price action. See how it's just going back and forth? I'm surprised Matt didn't trade last night. If I would have seen this, I would have traded last night. This is really good price action to day trade. Just kind of going back and forth. Mags. Let me give you mags levels too, okay? Erase all. Let's put a little thing there. Put a thing right there. Put a thing right there. Right there. Now, if you try doing this yourself, it'll take you a little while, but you'll get pretty good at it pretty quick. It just takes a little time. Is the second best morning pre-market. Thank you, guys. Market out. The VIP room is a little different because the market's already open and it's more of like a review of what the market's doing and more of like me telling you every day. I hate to say I told you so, but usually that's what we end up doing, and then I teach you some other stuff. Here's mags levels. A lot of choppiness overnight. Mags levels. Notice last night was pretty choppy across the board on all the indices. All right. Notice we were a little extra choppy yesterday compared to most sessions we've seen. That usually means more choppier during the day. Just FYI. Okay. That's about it. Very choppy. We had a very choppy night across the board, and that may translate into very choppy day session. I'm just giving you guys heads up. I don't know if you're noticing or not, but the price action is more choppier and random than we've seen in the last several days. Like this is the most choppiest I've seen in the last 2 weeks. Just FYI. I'm just preparing you. This is a great way to get your bearing, okay? To get your bearing going. Jim says from non-day trades in line best for you. For non-day traders, is a line best for you? Learning to swing trade or one? Jim, send me an email. Let's Roger@rogerscott.com. Send me an email, Mr. Yakov. Rogerscott.com. Here's my email. and I'll gladly give you. Thank you, Jill. Thank you. Yeah, just send me an email and I'll gladly answer your questions. I'm not trying to blow you off. I just want to get this done. Um, I don't think we have to change anything with the Dow. Maybe just a little bit here. Look at all this choppiness, a lot of choppiness here. Okay, that's all good. That's all we really need to do here. A lot of choppiness, folks. A lot of choppiness. A lot of choppiness. Don't be surprised if this morning is going to be extremely non exciting in the market. Okay, here's the Dow levels for you. The only thing left is bonds. Let me do bonds. TLT. Ooh, I barely have to do anything. So to see, I have to just move this up here. Wow, my levels are really good here. Let's see. Don't need this here. This is good. This is good. This is good right there. This is good. I mean, honestly, my levels were perfect from yesterday. I'm not going to mess with too much. Let me just give you these. And I did double check to make sure it's kosher. I'm not just giving you yesterday's levels. I wouldn't do that. Okay. TLT levels. Long bond. Watch it closely today. It is trying to drive the stock market. Okay? That's that for you guys. Okay, now let's go through our stocks for today. And again, folks, if you're just coming in here, give us a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to this channel. There's a bell. If you ring the bell, you will have access to it. And if I'm going too fast or if I missed one of your questions, I just don't want to let the flow mess up. I apologize. Please. No, I don't like RSP or QQQ. Stephen, that's a good question. Stephen, is it Stefan or Stephen? I think it's Stefan. Stefan, if I'm mispronouncing your name, I apologize. I've had it done to me for 40 years, so it's the last thing I want to do to anybody. But there's not enough liquidity there, and it's not needed. I've never found a need for that. I think looking at levels on it's a good question though, on RSP and QQQE is good for daily levels, not intraday levels. It's just I've never found any benefit in doing that. So let me go through stocks that I like. CSGP. These are shorts. I'm going to show you shorts that I like. And remember, today in the VIP room, Matt and I are going to go through some data miner stocks and show you how we would use it to include or exclude stocks, which I think will be a lot of fun. Okay. Look how it broke the 200. It's nice. KMX. By the way, just a little quick comment. I always tell you guys to buy stocks that are above the American flag, and I always tell you guys to sell stocks below the American flag. Sometimes in the pit or even in the VIP room, I'll give you a stock that's in between one of those levels. If that's the case, that's because I'm looking at that level as a target, okay? I do it maybe one out of every 15, 20 stocks. I only do it if it looks really good. And in that case, the next level is going to be our target, just FYI. I think somebody sent me an email or asked me about that yesterday. CarMax, BJ. Kramer, Kramer's a funny guy, you know. He has a very interesting life story, actually. I don't know if you guys ever read his biography, but his old bonds are coming down, by the way. This is not great for stocks. We're breaking the low. We're now going to the next level I drew for you. Speaking of it, let's see stocks are doing. Stocks are just kind of chilling. You see this right here? I'm telling you, right there, right here, right there, right there. Just like the X marks the spot. I'm not kidding. Today may be a very mellow day. But we have been pretty active in the pit and everywhere actually this week. I will say that. Eat, eat, eat. Looks good enough to eat. And Cracker Barrel. Now, keep in mind, folks, BJ's, Cracker Barrel, Eat, they are related, So use data miner and use the correlation to see how correlated they are. Very important. We'll be talking about that today. Okay. Long stocks, long stocks. Let me give you a couple of potential A lines. I'm trying to give you so much in the morning. I can't go beyond myself. So here's a perfect example. I like the stock, but I don't like what I'm seeing with this level. It would need to go above this level. So do not trade the stock unless it breaks above 100, and then our target would be right here. So here's a good example of what I was talking about. This is a nice A line, but you can't take this right now. You got this level right here. So just FYI. This is actually a perfect example of what I was just explaining to you. How if we're near a level, we got to break that level, and the target would be the next level. Okay. Another stock, potential A line stock is Teradyne. It's a nice A line right here. Nice A line. It just needs to trade above this high, which I think it's already doing. Let me see. TR. Yes, look right here. It has to during the day session just do this, and we have a nice A line. And I've been telling you about this stock for a while, actually. So it's not the first time I'm showing it to you. Another A line, Apple. Apple looks like it's a potential A line right here. Apple needs to trade above this level right here, 258. We got to trade above 258. But I like what I'm seeing here. I'm not hating Apple right now. Now let's look at the rest of them. APH. I really like APH a lot. A lot. I think I mentioned this to Richard and a few other folks last night. I really like this stock a lot. I like Johnson. I like healthcare stocks. I like Johnson Johnson. I also like AbbVie. Garmin. Nice breakout of consolidation here. I like VRT. I mentioned this to you yesterday. I really like this stock a lot. VRT. I really like the stock. I gave it to you yesterday. I gave it to you in the VIP room as a watch list stock. Really like this stock a lot. GFI I like. HIMS, I'll look at HIMS in a second. Look at GFI, how good it looks. It's a nice looking stock. You want me to look at HIMS? I'll look at HIMS. I really love their shampoo. I use their shampoos almost every day. It doesn't look bad. Their shampoo has the smell to it, and it smells amazing. We need to break out of this right here. Coach Ruben, we got to break out of this area right here. If we break out of this area, yes, but we got to break out of that area. I never said that mags were overextended, by the way. I never said that mags were overextended. Look where I drew my lines. Look where I drew the X. Look where I drew the X. Look. SPY, QQQ, and SMH. I did not draw it in the mags. That you will not. There's no mags here. You don't see mags with an X right here because we're already here. Look. I didn't say we were overextended. Look at this line that I drew for you. Look how close we are to this line. We're not overextended on the mags. I never said we're overextended on the mags. I said the mags are not overextended. And QQQE is not overextended, and RSP is not over. All the ones that were overextended, I drew an X for you here, and I posted it. Look at the distance here, and look at the distance here. I didn't say mags were overextended. If I did, I would have drawn that X there. You got to watch what Uncle Roger says very carefully. See? They're not overextended. And NVIDIA, by the way, is still on my watch list. Little overextended, but not crazy overextended. So not every mag is overextended. Tesla's not overextended. So not every mag is overextended. So yeah, HIMS would have to go above here. Let me continue my, I'm almost done actually. GIL, not a stock we've had on our list. This is not a stock we've had on our list recently, but it's starting to look pretty good. TLN. I'm almost done, folks. I'm almost done. Beautiful stock. And Jacobs Engineering. Now, there's another stock that I like, but it's related to this is a nice looking stock. There's another stock. Let me just take a look at GE real quick. GE also looks beautiful. We're long GE, I think, in two programs right now by accident, but I like it. Now, this stock right here, RGLD, we don't do that often, but sometimes. But I already gave you GFI. So that's two gold stocks that I like, and I like this one better right here, GFI. I like this one better. Pan W, let's take a look. Richard, let's take a look. I always like to look at your stocks. Let's take a Pan W. Pan W.